Well, it's a busy day on Coronado's Beach. The tour buses have just pulled up. They're practicing their touch and goes on Coronado's naval base. And we're going to take a drive up the beach. This time we're going to Quail Gardens area, America's home of flower growing. Mark Hayes is going to take us behind the scenes in growing lilies. Wow, look at this. And we're going to fill up all these buckets?
We're going to fill them all up.
That's amazing. I'd like you to meet Mark Hayes. Once again is with us, Flowerbud.com, and we are at the source. Flowerbud.com is Mark's company. It's all about shipping flowers direct from the grower to your home. So we want to come behind the scenes and look at lilies. And I had no idea. I thought they were grown overseas and cut and shipped. And what's going on here? This is all lily bulbs.
Correct. The bulbs are grown overseas. The bulbs are shipped into this country, and this is a planting line. The bulbs are going to be planted in these trays in coconut fiber, and they will then go into a cooler and into the greenhouse, turn into cut flowers, then they'll be cut.
So you actually take them from the very beginning. And what's happening here?
Yes. The loader here is filling up the bunker with coconut fiber, which the empty trays come on the conveyor.
So this is the growing medium.
Correct. The growing medium goes in the trays. The bulbs are planted in the trays. More growing medium goes on top of the bulbs. What we're planting here today are all oriental lilies. The variety that we're planting today is Stargazer. And depending on the size of the bulb and the variety, there's different quantities go into these trays.
These are the lilies here, right?
Yes. Now this little bulb here is an oriental lily, and it started its life off probably in either Holland or Chile about 3 years ago. And it was shipped into this country in a ocean cargo container, stored frozen at -1 Celsius, and then brought out of the cooler on its planting date, ready to go into the greenhouse.
Now, these lilies grow once, or do you get more life out of these bulbs?
In a cut flower scenario like this in a greenhouse, it's just one stem off this bulb. It's all shredded up, used as compost, and the next bulbs come into the country, out of the container, so on and so forth.
So you get one stem, and how many lilies are on a stem? Now, I understand there's a difference in quality.
It is, and it depends on the variety, and it depends on the size of the bulb. Let's have a look at this bulb here. This bulb here is 12 to 14 centimeters.
Okay.
And a 12 to 14 centimeter bulb, depending on the variety again, will give 2 to 4 buds. Now, if it's a really good bulb and it was grown properly, the conditions in Holland were good, you'll get your 2 to 4 buds. If there's something a little amiss with the farming, a couple of 3 years ago on this product, you may only get 1 bud. But that's not what we're after. What we're going to sell to you is 3 to 4 buds, or 3 to 5 buds in some cases on some varieties.
Whoa, it's Jillian here. What's going on?
This is the next stage of the operation. The bulbs just got planted. And in the old days, they used to go straight into the greenhouse and take up very valuable greenhouse space. And the initial process of getting this bulb started growing, takes about a month. And greenhouse space is very expensive, so the growers went to this system a few years ago where the bulbs are planted in trays, not in the ground anymore. So this cooler is a slightly different temperatures, about 5 degrees, 6 degrees Celsius, and they actually start growing. They start rooting and sprouting in here. And it doesn't matter that it's dark and there's lack of chlorophyll in the stems.
I was going to say, they're looking pretty feeble.
Right, but the minute they go in the greenhouse, they green up and they get going. We'll take a look at it here.
Oh, look.
So you can see
Oh, look at all those babies.
And you saw the little sprout on the bulb before, and now they're coming right up. And they'll bend over in the trays here, and it really doesn't matter a bit. And they'll stay in here for 3 weeks, something like that. They'll come out of here, go into the greenhouse, they'll stand up, get green, and start going right away. And the greenhouse space, because it wasn't used to do that process, in the overall scheme of the things with lilies, you get 1 extra crop in your greenhouse a year than using the old system. This
is not pretty. There's only a few little flowers popping up here and there, but it looks decimated.
It's the detritus from a lily crop. This is all finished, it's all cut over. This bay is ready to empty out, new trays put in next week.
So that's the graveyard?
That's the graveyard. And like we were talking about, you know, the bulb just gets used once.
Yeah.
All this lot just gets put in a shredder, chopped up, bulb, fiber, everything, turned into compost and reused for the next crop.
Okay, now I'm gonna sneak way back in here in the bushes.
Yep.
Come on back here. I want to see all of these in front of me. Which are ready to pick?
the buds are certain size, depending on the variety, and it shows some color. This one here is pretty close. You can begin to see some white through the bud.
Oh, I see.
So the pickers have to go through here every day and basically eyeball every single stem here. And it becomes a very rapid job. They get used to it.
So this whole area right here, I want to say field, but it's kind of a field under glass, is going to be ready to cut when?
Within the next 5 days, this lot will be gone.
So the important thing to know is that they never actually bloom because lilies wrinkle and they crease and they bruise badly.
Well, you can't ship an open flower. The value of it's gone. So for the customer's point of view, they need to receive these flowers in bud form so that they can open up in their house and the flower is perfect. A grower never ever wants to see a flower in this greenhouse. He's losing a fortune when he sees flowers.
Okay, no flowers. And
No.
the ones that we see are actually leftovers from the pickings.
Correct. These bunches were probably cut this morning out of this greenhouse, and you can see how the bud size swells up when it's ready to cut.
See the inside there? I'm going to just show everybody at home.
And you can see the color as well.
Yeah, I see all that. Now
So-
these will open when?
These will open in about 4 days from now in your house. So they get shipped to you, you sit them in the vase, and in 3-4 days they start to open. And a variety like this one is actually Simplon, a large white one, it'll flower for you maybe 15, maybe 20 days.
No way. 20 days?
Yeah. Yeah, an Oriental lily is a marvelous thing if it is cut at the right stage and shipped in the right fashion and you receive it at the right stage.
Well, that is marvelous. And when they open, they look like, this
They
is a
look
little
like
cute.
how you probably want them. Right. They begin
is
to look like this.
Beautiful. Look at those flowers. And the foliage is healthy too. It's not all creased. Look
No.
at that bundle on that side. Oh, I feel like a bride. These are gorgeous. Well,
Right.
thank you. Once again, Mark Hayes, Flowerbud.com is showing us behind the scenes on the growing of yet another variety. This time, what's the species of this? What's the name
These
of
are
this?
Oriental lilies.
Oriental lilies.
And this is a variety called Simplon.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
These are gorgeous.